Dennis just asked me what happened to Manchester City because we lost our first game of the year on Sunday to the
almost came back though. Almost came back.
Oh, they were sweating it. You could tell they were sweating it. Like all the fans at the bar were like, "Oh shit!" And even the look on Klopp's face at one point was like, "Fuck, are we going to lose this game?"
Yeah.
They had a bad 10 minutes. And that's the worst 10 minutes they've had all season. And Liverpool made them pay.
Yeah.
You mentioned John Stones. This is like his third game back from injury because right before the Christmas break, he pulled a hamstring or something. He had a muscle injury and he was out for about 6 weeks. So this is his third game back. Yeah. Before he was hurt, he was playing very well. So I think he may be a tad bit rusty. And I mean,
they rushed him back because company's still down. Probably.
And to be fair, I mean, on another day with another official, Bobby Firmino could have got called for a foul on that play.
I don't know. I mean, it was shoulder to shoulder. In my estimation,
I've seen worse, is what I'm saying. And I don't know, man. Hats off to Liverpool. They played a great game. They beat us fair and square. It was fun to make them sweat.
Yeah.
Ederson had a bad game for a change. That one clear where Salah scored his goal.
That was brutal.
That was probably the worst. That was the worst play he's made all year.
Yeah, he's been solid all year. That was that's something that no keeper at any level is supposed to do, is clear a ball right in the middle of the field. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I think at that point they were down 3-1. I think he was trying to do too much.
Yeah. Well, he just kicked it wrong because he was just trying to do an emergency clearance and he put it right in the middle of the fucking field.
Yeah,
that's what's when you get these dink goals over your head.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, City had a bad 10 minutes. They came back. They made it interesting. They didn't.
I thought they were going to do it. I thought they were going to come back and get a draw.
I mean, how close was Sergio on that? I mean, he was a bit off sides, but, I mean, stranger things have happened. Oh, well, I mean, we went 21. I mean, fuck, dude. We didn't lose a game until January.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
And they might not lose another one.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
Yeah, they had to play that badly and still barely lose at the end,
Yeah.
To a team that's fighting for a Champions League spot.
Yes. Yeah, it's not like we lost to Crystal Palace, dude. I mean, we lost to Liverpool's a good squad. They played the game of the year. They played their game of the year against us, and hats off to them. We almost beat them. It was fun to watch them sweat for a minute.
Yeah.
So, whatevs. Hey, Ben. Hey, Jenny.
Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody.
Nice hat, Jenny.
Yeah, nice hat. It's very fitting. But it's fitting because of the snowstorm. Mm-hmm. Now, real quick, before we get back into Star Trek, Dennis, how do you think the Dork Trek Derby is going to go this weekend? The Derby, how's that going to work?
I think this will be a revenge game for City after last week, and it might not be pretty for us.
You guys played good against this first game.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess the good news is we haven't had a string of losses heading into this, but we just drew Swansea at the end there. So that was not a good result.
We'll see.
And now Ashley's not going to sell the club.
He's not?
So, no, he's backing out of the sale they were working on.
Oh my gosh. So does that mean
we're fucked?
Does that mean your boys leaving? Is Raf Benitez leaving then?
He might. I mean, I don't think they're going to spend any money this transfer window like he wants. Mm. So they're trying to get guys in on loan, but nobody wants to loan out somebody good.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to get Sturridge.
Really?
Maybe? Or either him or Welbeck. I can't remember which one.
Danny Welbeck.
Yeah.
Danny Welbeck. Well, good luck. Good luck to you, sir. Hopefully it's a good contest.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Saturday, 12:30, the Dork Trek Derby. Don't miss it.
National broadcast.
Yeah. So you got
the National Broadcasting Corporation.
Yeah, Ben and Jenny, you guys can watch the Dork Trek Derby if you want to. It'll be on 12:30 on NBC.
All right.
Newcastle versus Manchester City.
the Newcastle Broadcasting Corporation.
Yes, the Newcastle Broadcasting Corporation.
Whenever you want your ratings to go down, put on Newcastle.
They have a good fan base.
Now, do they still play on FS1?
No, it's moved to NBC, which is cool. But
no, it's not, because my View package has FS1 and 2. So
they have German soccer on
that's
FS1.
true. They have Bundesliga.
Christian Pulisic play for Borussia Dortmund.
Bundesliga. If he leaves BVB, he should go to City, because that's where he'll get the best coaching, bro. Bundesliga.
I prefer he stays in the Bundesliga.
Bundesliga.
Not get all hacked up in the EPL.
It's the German soccer league. It's Bundesliga.
That basically means really big league.
Yes, big league. Bundes. So
I've been watching the Overwatch League. I know about that.
I don't know about no Overwatch League. What's that?
Do they do that? Do they have an esport TV show for Overwatch?
Basically, like they're doing like a World Cup sort of thing right now, I think. Or no, the World Cup was before, but this is like it's just a tournament with different cities, different teams.
I've noticed they started doing a lot of broadcasts on ESPN and stuff like that of these esports tournaments.
So what Overwatch? That's some computer game, right? That the kids play on the machines, right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of what they call a first-person shooter, I think, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun.
FPS, if you will.
I don't know all that. I don't know what all that means. Does that mean like you're gonna get drugs?
I hope so. I feel like I'm on drugs when I play that game.
Does that mean you're getting drugs from one of your flunky friends, Jenny Zell?
God, I wish I was.
So, let's talk about Disco real fast.
Yeah.
Did we all watch Disco?
Yeah, we did.
How could you not?
Huh?
I mean, the funny thing is the whole spoiler rule. It's just gone with Disco because I think people are just too excited about it. Like whenever stuff happens, they can't contain it. There's no way to talk about it without really spoiling things.
The thing is, I read somewhere on Twitter, someone was saying that like the show is predictable in what they're doing, but the way it's happening is amazing. If that makes sense.
You know who said that? Me.
You said that, Dennis, on tweeters?
Yeah.
Was it you?
Good job, Dennis.
Good job, Dennis. I just
it is
quoted.
because I think all the main plot points you could kind of see coming. But then the way that they actually executed it was perfect. Mm-hmm. Like I would say, when they mentioned what was his name, the Firewolf.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I bet it's Vogue, and sure enough, it's Vogue. But like, it's an awesome reveal. They have all the the Andorians and the Tellarites and all the the Vulcans and fucking goateed Sarek.
Yeah. Goatees, yeah. I love how all Vulcans in the Mirror Universe have to have goatees. It's like it's the rule.
If you see the Enterprise episode. The Vulcan on that one has what is his name? Shit.
Does T'Pol have a goatee on?
well, no, but she like trimmed.
Yeah, she trims her bush to look like a goatee. Fascinating.
Now Tuvok doesn't in the episode, but we'll get to that later, I guess.
Yeah, that's a different episode.
I got to tell you though, I'm really liking Voyager. Really liking Voyager.
Yeah, dude. The dude who plays Ash Tyler, man, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, he's great, dude.
Because that guy is just fucking melting down right in front of our faces.
That's what I told Stephanie. I was like, his acting ability in that scene was fucking great. Because like what happened in the episode was the Terran Empire gave orders to Captain Burnham to fucking blow up the Firewolf's camp. I don't understand how she convinced them to go down there. Like that kind of threw me for a second. Like I don't know what she was going down there, what she was looking for, how she was able to pull that one off.
Well, she told him she was going to steal some intel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, I must have missed
and
that.
And she's the fucking captain, so she can do whatever she wants, basically, in this Terran Empire.
She'll stab your ass if you don't.
So she goes down there. She sees the Red Wolf, and it's fucking Vogue, son of Nun, and he's hanging out with a bunch of different aliens. And then your boy Tyler kind of flashes back, and then fucking just starts fighting them.
Well, yeah, because when you meet yourself, and that kind of breaks the programming.
Yeah.
And, the whole, he's speaking English and he's, making friends with all these other races. And he breaks out with his remain Klingon or die.
Yeah. He's probably like, hey, that's the voice that I hear inside my head whenever I think.
That's so weird. Now,
how did you get in my head?
Now, if Ben would have met himself down there, you would have jerked yourself off, right? Because for your long-standing theory of is it gay to masturbate yourself if you meet yourself in another universe?
Well, see, no, my thing has always been based on time travel. I don't know if, how parallel worlds come into this.
Okay, all right. So if it's a parallel universe, you couldn't jerk yourself off.
Well, yeah, but maybe we'll have drinks,
Okay.
Meet for coffee, see
All
how
right.
things go.
Like Luke Cage coffee or actual coffee?
But we'd start with actual coffee, but then move toward... Because I think
Cage coffee?
I don't know. The thing is that I perpetually hate myself.
Okay.
So you're gonna hate fuck yourself.
There could be a grudge fuck involved.
That's so. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really hard right now. Like, wow.
I have the strangest boner.
I do, but it's the best one I've ever had.
Two Bens banging each other and choking each other at the same time.
To the death.
Yes.
And the music plays. Da, 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 da.
It's Ben and antimatter Ben fighting each other to the death through sex.
But yeah, so then Ash Tyler goes nuts and tries to fucking kill White Wolf, but then
the question I have, has the guy who plays Tyler been playing Vogue this whole time too?
I think so because originally, and that was the big thing with the casting choices, where the guy who plays Ash Tyler was cast as a Klingon, and then they're like, oh no, we decided to mix up the cast a little bit, and he seemed to do better as a Federation Starfleet member.
So
now, see, that's why I don't pay attention to stuff like that, because that would be a huge spoiler once you kind of, if you knew that in the second episode when the Klingon lady L'Rell tells him, "Hey, you have to change everything about yourself," then that would be a huge spoiler when Ash Tyler shows up a couple episodes later. Like, hey, that was the actor that they said was going to.
So wait a minute.
Play Klingon.
So Ash Tyler. So the actor who I think his name is like Shahid or something like that. So he's also playing Vogue. So he's been the same. He's playing two guys. He's getting two checks.
He gets one check. We confirmed that with Brent Spiner. Whenever you play multiple parts, you get one check.
Okay, so so he's playing him. So he's also the Klingon then?
Yeah, he's always been the Klingon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't realize it was the same actor.
He really does that voice really well.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is when you look at the what do you call it? The credits for who played Vogue, the guy only has one acting credit, and it was Vogue.
So it was like a fake name or something.
Yeah,
they put up there.
There's like a Pakistani judge who has that name.
Okay.
And so it was one of those things where they
tried to hide it but didn't.
They tried to, yeah.
All right, that's interesting.
They made up a fake. They fucking catfished us.
Yeah.
They're believing there was an actor.
That's really neat, though. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they made the Klingons look so like over makeup and everything compared to the old versions.
So you couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, because otherwise it'd be pretty easy to tell.
Yeah, if this was Michael Dorn makeup, you'd be like, what the heck?
Obviously.
Why is Tyler playing a Klingon?
Yes, and if they were in blackface, you'd be like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening here?
But like you were saying earlier, Dennis, like even if you knew what was going to happen, it's still going to be exciting to get there because the way that they do the show, like it just keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my moment
at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everybody knew that was. I was telling Stephanie before the episode started. I was like, "She's the Emperor," and Stephanie was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "She's the Emperor. I know she's the Emperor. The captain of the Shinjo is the Emperor." And sure shit enough,
we said it after we watched the Enterprise episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because at the end of it, there's the little twist, and we're like, "Yeah, Giorgio's going to be the Emperor." And then we saw this week's Disco.
So it's like the Terran Empire has to have an Asian Emperor? Is that what?
Yeah, so that's why it's the Emperor. If not, it would be the King.
So.
I am the Emperor of the Terran Empire. So there you go. It was great. Disco was fucking great. I can't wait for the new episode.
My big thrill, though, of the week was we're sitting here in the living room watching the episode, and when they do the punishment at the beginning of the episode and just beam fuckers out into space.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
It was like, holy shit, my grandmother was from the Mirror Universe.
That's I think more evidence to show that the writers of Discovery listened to Dork Trek.
Yeah, if they beam out some Draculars,
it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But
we are on the cutting edge of Star Trek of lore. We know exactly what's happening because they're listening, bro. We're gonna fucking.
They've never done that in a Mirror Universe before, right? When they kill people, they just shoot them, right?
That was amazing.
Stab them or something. No, but here's the thing, though, is that after the episode aired on Twitter, what's the guy's name?
I think it was Justin Minor.
Yeah.
Draculars?
No, when he mentions that, hey, you guys have, this is established on Dork Trek, Ben's grandma used to, prompted the thing, and it was
explain the whole bit so people might not know what you're talking about.
So my grandmother, whenever she would watch Star Trek with me when I was a kid, within the first 10-15 minutes of the episode, her theory was, well, why don't they just beam him into space? Khan's on the ship, he's taking over, beam him into space.
Yeah.
I mean, that was her solution for everything. Whatever the bad guy of the week, beam him into space. Mm-hmm. You got the transporters, use them.
Yeah.
Just beam him into space.
Makes sense. So that's proof.
It's kind of surprising that other, like the Klingons never weaponized the transporter, or what I mean? Like all these other malevolent races that don't have the same code of ethics as the Federation.
Yeah, and it's weird too because the Klingons try to weaponize everything. I mean, they weaponize sex. Like, why wouldn't they be like, yeah, fucking shoot him into space, bro?
Well, I guess I can get it. Like they really want to get their hands dirty when they kill people.
Yeah.
So like they would prefer to board your ship and kill you than blow you up in space.
I guess there's no honor in just fucking beaming people out into space. But yeah, so that's
unless you beam yourself out too and try to kill them before you die.
Well, we need, and then we gotta, So I mean, that's great, man. So that's 2 occasions. So we know you're listening, writers of Discovery.
And it's fine. Just if you can just drop us a credit.
Create a fake writer credit, and we'll know it's our little Carol Burnett,
Yeah.
If they could drop in like a not cool buddy.
Not cool, but that's what's gonna happen on the Terran planet when the Emperor comes down. She's gonna be like, "Not cool, buddy."
So that's what Lorca's gonna say the next time he comes out of the Agonizer. He's like, "Oh, not cool, buddy."
If they could bring back Argyle, perhaps that would be great.
See, my thing, and getting back to the episode, though, the whole thing with Lorca is in the Agonizer through all of this. He only gets to come out to talk to Burnham.
Yeah.
And then he's back into the Agonizer.
And he's Jason Isaacs is doing it. Or is that his name? Jason Isaacs?
Yeah, Jason Isaac.
Yeah, he's doing a great job too. Because he seemed fucking exhausted when he was talking to her.
I mean, look at his face. He's all busted up and he's just like, this is fucking terrible.
Yeah, but the busted up face he did to himself.
Yeah.
When they were
that was pretty badass.
When they were beaming over, they're like, all right, we're ready to go. And he goes, hold on a second. Flap! And just face into the door and he's like, all right, ready.
But he was like, because he's like, okay, we got the information we needed, right? So we can go back to go find the Defiant. She's like, well, we really need to talk to this Firewolf and figure out how we can make peace with the Klingons. He's like, I guess so. And you can see him like tearing up because he knows that's going to make the mission last longer.
Fuck, I'm so tired of this. My balls are so hurting from all the electricity.
So I'm going to stand by my theory that he originated from this.
I
think that might be true too.
Yeah, I'm going to completely agree with you. I don't think there's any way that can't happen.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see how they do it.
Yeah.
Because I know it's going to be awesome.
I'm just it's such a wonderful program. If you're listening to this, if you're a Patreon of the podcast and you're not watching Discovery, you are really, really doing yourself a disservice. We can't say it enough. Like Stephanie and I, as soon as the episode was over, we watched from where they had the confession scene to the end. Like we just watched where your man Ash Tyler just basically fessed up to it all right there. Yeah. And then how great was fucking Saru coming in and saving a life. Yeah, it was wonderful. What a show.
I think it's been a long time since there's been a show where I've just completely put all my faith in the production team, like for the way it's written, the way it's performed, the way it's acted, the way, all the production elements and everything. Like, I'm not afraid that the show is going to let me down at some point.
Now, can I go ahead and predict?
Sure, predict away.
Last episode, and I don't read the spoilers online. I try to avoid all that because reading the behind the scenes stuff is what led to a lot of frustration on my part over the summer leading into this.
Because you were very bitter and angry about this show. You were not happy.
Discovery.
I'm bitter and angry about everything.
You know what? Touche.
But this, there was a high level of anxiety for Discovery. But I'm going to go ahead and call it, though, that the season finale is going to involve somebody from classic Trek.
Really?
Yeah. I think, Kirk is going to, Ensign Kirk or Lieutenant Kirk at this time. It would be Ensign or Lieutenant anyway. He's going to show up, or Spock's going to show up.
That's going to be interesting, like who they cast for this character.
I don't know how it's going to go, but I think it's going to play a part in it somehow.
All right, we'll see. I mean, the only thing about that is if they do, the internet is going to go the Star Trek internet is going to lose their shit, and it's not going to be pretty.
I think they need to take a lesson from the CW, where they finally got the rights, and they've separated their universes enough that they said, okay, on this planet, the guy from Teen Wolf is Superman. It's not right. He's not your pouty Superman in the movies, because that's another film universe. This is the TV universe.
All right, we'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm just the Star Trek internet is not a friendly place.
No,
it makes me so sad.
It's extremely polarized right now. Like, some people fucking hate Discovery.
Well, if you hate Discovery, I think a lot of that has to do with you're not watching it, and it's the paywall.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some people that watch it, because I've seen some people, like last week when they revealed they're in the Mirror Universe, like, no, I'm out. I don't want to see a Mirror Universe show. It's like, all right. Or when they killed the Doctor. They're like, this show is anti-gay or whatever. It's like, all right, man, you'd be kind of judgy, but
I can't think of anything more Star Trek than the Mirror Universe.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, the goateed Vulcans, that set the trope.
Yeah.
That established the whole thing, that the evil twin has the goatee.
It's a fucking South Park joke, for God's sakes. You know what I mean? When evil Cartman shows up with the goatee. I mean, come on. I mean, it's classic lore, dude, and I don't know. But whatever. I don't know. But it's been.
That's why I grew a goatee to begin with. I mean, Jesus.
You are the Mirror Universe, Ben.
Yes. Well, my grandmother brought me here, apparently.
So there you go.
Oh, so did Riker get replaced by his Mirror Universe?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Like, after the second season of
he went bearded. He went bearded Mirror Universe. The regular Riker is the real Riker. Non-bearded Riker is in the regular Mirror Universe, and he doesn't like sex. He doesn't like women. He's very respectful, and
he volunteers for the Agonizer.
And he's been sober for like 10 years. Like, that's how he rolls.
Very unhappy.
Yes, no STDs. He's a nice. He's in bed every night by 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh, need my 8 hours. See you later, everybody. No promiscuous sex for me. No. I've got to go back to my quarters.
Got to focus on human domination of the galaxy.
Yes. So there you go. If you're not watching Discovery, you're making a big mistake.
Yeah.
Big mistake. So, and again,
even if you don't like it conceptually, I don't think there's a whole lot of argument that it's just a really well-produced show.
Yeah, it's just good, man.
One of the things that's been bothering me is that, like, people keep wanting to turn it into like a Orville versus Discovery fight. Like, you have to like one or the other, and you can't like both or neither. And it's like, well, the Orville's so much better than Discovery because blah 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 blah. And it's like, why are those even being compared?
Ben, you like both. Which one do you think's better?
I know that we're trying to wrap up, but the tweet that I sent out this last week was, I like both. I like the Orville for that bright Marriott future that Next Generation gave us. And I like Discovery because, holy fuck balls, this thing is deep into continuity. It's building out this universe 10 years before Kirk. When they're hitting references, they're fucking, firing on all cylinders. Yeah. I'm good. I mean, it's just like, this is in universe that I grew up in. This could very well be part of it. I'm loving Jenny's theory that the reason that we never saw any of this in the prime timeline or in Kirk's, era, was that when this show ends, the Discovery's going to, explode or whatever. It's going to be lost in space. Starfleet says, well, that was a failure.
Yeah, no, I
erase it from the history.
Yeah, books. I can see that them going like, we can never do that again. Like,
don't talk about it. It's classified.
Hush, hush. Which would be really fucking cool if that's how it ends. Which I mean, I can't see any way that it won't end that way. But man, it's been my whole thing with the Orville. And again, I know we're trying to wrap up. Is I just don't like McFarlane. Like, I can't get past that. Like, the show looks amazing. Like, the special effects look cool. The budgets are big. I've heard that the stories are good. I just don't like him.
He's hard to look at.
He's hard to just
not punch in the face.
I just don't like I don't like his delivery. I don't think he's a strong actor. Like, I'm not sold on him. It's like I think the uniforms look cool. To me, it's just like it's some kid who wanted to do a fan fiction and he did it. I just don't like McFarlane. I just don't. If you would tell me that this was if you had a different actor as the captain, then maybe. But I just can't get on board with McFarlane, man. I just don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's just me. Or I don't know, but whatevs. I wish both shows did nothing but the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, they're both renewed for a second season.
There you go.
I hope we get it. I hope we get another season on Dork Trek.
I think we have 4, 11, 15. 6. We have 16 more seasons left.
Jesus.
Well, 17. If they got it, they got their second one. So
so we got plenty of time.
All right.
I just hope we live long enough, because even if it's just like me and fucking Ben's kids doing the podcast together, because it's got to be handed down from generation to generation.
So is it going to be like Bobby's going to be dialing in with my kids?
Yes,
and my kids, I'll start grooming them.
Yes, Bobby's super amped on it. Like, every night, I've been watching Star Trek like crazy lately on All Star Trek. It's on from 10 to midnight, from 8 to midnight, and when I'm putting Bobby to bed, he comes out and goes, "Is this original series? I love original series." And he'll just sit there and I'm like, Bobby, go to bed. And he's like, "Is that Chekhov? I love Chekhov." Like, just go to bed, you nerd.
I mean, that would be the ultimate trump card for me sending my kids to bed.
Yeah.
It's just like, if you come in and say, "Oh, is that original series? I love original series."
I love original series.
Come, have a seat.
I never get to watch original series. Yeah. I never get to watch original. Is that Scotty? I love Scotty.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
How old is he now?
He's 5.
That's when I fell in love with the original series.
He's doing it now. He loves the animated series. He watches the episode with the Klingons in it where they go into that other universe. We wants to see that episode like 100 times. He loves it.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Is that Kor? Is he the captain of the Bird of Prey? I'm like, no, Kor's on the Klingon battle cruiser, buddy. He's like, that's the Bird of Prey. Like, we'll get to that. We'll figure it out. So there you go. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. And your patronage. Thank you. Kaplaw!
Yay.
Welcome to Dork Trek. I am joined, as always, by the very talented Jenny Zell. Hello, Jenny.
Hi, Bob.
By Benjamin McCormick. Hello, Benjamin.
Hi, Bob.
And Dennis Black and Asian. Hello, Dennis.
Hey, gang.
Yeah.
Howdy ho.
And this episode is very fitting for what's going on currently on Star Trek television. If you're not paying for it, you're missing out. We have a Mirror Universe episode, which is what's the name of the episode?
Through the Looking Glass.
Through the Looking Glass.
We are Through the Looking Glass, people.
Yeah. I like how all these episodes are like, some kind of mirror related.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even the what do you call it? Star Trek Continues, that fan-made series that supposedly does the last year or the last voyage of the Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
And it's they recast the original series. They have an episode called "Fairest of Them All." Because mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Interesting. Now, is that the one that Tuvok did, or is that a different one?
This is a different one. This is a good one.
That was a fucking sick burn, bruh.
Well,
wait,
I'm sorry.
What's his name? The guy who played Chekhov.
Walter Koenig.
Walter Koenig. Is he in that?
Yeah.
No.
I think his grandson was, right?
Well, no. Walter Koenig was in.
He's in the Tuvok one.
Well, he's in the Tuvok one, but he was also in one of these fan-made ones. They
Really?
did a great one with George Takei.
Oh my.
Where Sulu there's a transporter accident, and then Sulu's trapped in another dimension for 50 years, and then they're able to pull him out. And they've got their young actor who plays Sulu, and he gets in the accident. And when they're able to pull him out of that pocket universe 50 years later, it's George Takei.
So wait a minute. So you're telling me that if the price is right, we could get any of these people to be in our fan film?
No.
Go find
because of the fucking lawsuit that those jackasses pushed.
Because some people kind of push the limit.
On the dark web.
Well,
there you go.
But that's the thing is you can't be more than 15 minutes long. It can't be a recurring thing. You can't use any of the original actors from the series.
That's what I tell my wife every time.
She tells you that it can't be a recurring thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dennis. This cannot be a recurring thing.
Yeah, don't worry about 15 minutes.
Give me 15 pumps, baby.
But there will be elements from Star Trek.
Now, but wait a minute. So you're telling me that, like, if we wanted to do a fan film, we couldn't get George Takei, and that motherfucker's got to eat, right? CBS can't keep him from working.
Copyright.
Wow. What if his name was Solo?
No, you can't use any of the original actors.
Suru? That's bullshit.
You can get some, random Asian dude, and
Dennis?
You can call him whatever we want. But
what if we named him some random Asian dude?
That works for me.
But it just can't be George Takei.
It just can't be George Takei.
That's bullshit.
Why can't you use George Takei?
Because he was an actor in an original production
of. So even if it's distributed for free, they don't care.
What if we use?
We put the video on dorktrek.com.
That'd be awesome.
We don't charge anybody to watch it or whatever.
Let's do it.
Right.
No advertising.
See, that's the thing.
What can they do?
They can send you a cease and desist, and when you don't comply, then they can bring out the lawyers and charge you for damages.
Interesting. Now, what if we got George Takei to be in our Star Trek Adventures game as Sulu, and we put it on YouTube? How would that work?
I don't know, because that's not a fan film. I
think we can get by with this one.
Yeah,
let's just invite him to play with us.
That's the thing is, he doesn't.
George, if you're listening,
just let him. Hey, if
we know you are,
we'll get the Discovery writers. If you can give George a call, and let him know we got a game.
And hey, if they sue us, we're going to sue them back, countersuit for stealing our ideas.
Yeah, be like, man, we said the suit would be called Two Dick Klingons versus Viacom.
Battle of the binary dicks.
Let's go to the law books here in the battle versus the binary dicks versus Viacom.
You know what? We would win. They'd be like, it's pretty well established on this podcast.
They've been talking about, these weirdos have been talking about Klingons having two dicks for like 6 years.
Yeah.
I believe that's actually the name of an episode, Two Dick Klingon.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Alan Tudyk, which oddly enough.
I would just love to hear Viacom's defense. Like, well, they never clearly said they had two dicks in the episode. Could have been 3.
They
said multiple. It was the wrong number.
Yeah. Fuck those guys. Now they can suck it.
Suck
both
the
of
worm.
them. I mean,
suck the
not both of
worm.
them.
I love that video that you put up, Jenny, with the giant gummy worm. That shit was hilarious and disturbing all at the same time. Like, that was just brilliant. I was like, oh my God, this is sexy and awful.
Yeah.
And
you're gonna
awful
buy one,
sexy. Oh, I already got it and it's coming. I got it in the mail, bro. It's like, I can give you the tracking number.
That's awesome.
I'm going to keep my kids away from gummy worms.
We should all order a giant gummy worm.
Keep in room for me.
Just going to sit here and suck on it.
How much would we be able to charge if I did a video of me sucking my own worm?
Oh my God.
Put it on Patreon.
That's the dirtiest
Wait. Okay, this is our chance to become viral.
Yeah.
It's the Trill Challenge.
The Trill Challenge.
You have to have a giant gummy worm coming out of your stomach and you suck on it.
That's awesome. We'll do it for Trill Awareness, bro.
That's right.
What the fuck is wrong with us? You know what? We're geniuses. That's what's wrong with us.
Yeah.
We're not rich. That's what's wrong with us.
Yeah.
Unappreciated geniuses.
Yep. And then, you know what? That's the best way to be. I mean, and the fun part is we get to be together and have a good time and enjoy each other's company and talk about Star Trek.
You know, we'll be appreciated long after we're dead.
Yes. When our kids, like, as we said during the Patreon portion, when our kids have been kind of aired into the podcast.
Yeah.
My grandmother lives on. Through this, I would have never thought that would be how.
That's her legacy.
Her
Draculas.
legacy, Draculas, and beam them into space.
Shoot them Draculas into space, Benjamin.
So
this will be brought up when we're posthumously inducted into the Podcast Hall of Fame
and in the Star Trek Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where they really run out of legitimate people to put in there. Like, well, we got to have another ceremony this year.
Here's Dork Trek. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've
talked about some guy named Argyle a lot.
You know, if we could ever get the actor who played Argyle on the show,
Biff Yeager.
Yeah, Biff Yeager.
That's the best part about him. This is his real name.
Actual name.
That's a fucking astronaut name.
I know.
That's, I mean, just to interview, just to have him. Hey, let's talk about this next episode of Deep Space Nine, and joining us is Biff Yeager.
What the fuck?
How'd I get on here? What the? Oh, even worse though. He's just like, I don't know, y'all making fun of my drinking and stuff. I don't even touch the stuff. I've been clean and sober 15 years ever since I left the show.
I'm a teetotaler.
Me and Johnny Frakes, you know, we used to meet up in the Jeffries tubes and tie one on. But I'm good now. I'm all right. I don't touch the
Your
stuff.
Argyle voice is the best.
Hell no. I'm so there you go.
Right. Now I still make the stuff. I mean, you know, I got my little meth thing going, but
gotta make a living.
Don't get high on your own supply.
There's basic. That was in the book. Johnny Frakes. He said, "Here's the book." I looked at right there, page 1. Don't get high on your own supply.
First rule of meth acquisition.
I was like, Johnny Frakes, you're a smart man. You go far in this business.
All right, so like I said, it's a very fitting episode this week, what's going on Star Trek television. It's a mirror universe episode. Does anybody have the thing in front of them, or do you just want me to read it?
Smiley.
Yes. So Sisko is having a meeting in his office, and he's listening to Odo blab on about God knows what.
I guess Quark and Morn were painting numbers on the back of bowls.
They were just counting them. They wanted to know how many they had.
That is a good way to count them and make sure you don't double count.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Not for the purpose of fighting these animals. No. Is that Space Michael Vick was there, but Space Pedro Martinez was also there.
I'm going to call the Chekhov's vole fighting rule here, and if they don't actually have a vole fight at some point in DS9, I will be a little upset.
Do you think they will? I guess I don't know. I don't know how
I
they
demand it.
We could do that in our fan film.
Yeah.
We'll just go get some like hamsters or something.
No.
Some meth.
Have you seen a vole?
No.
We can I'll dress my kids up like voles, and they can fight, and then we'll record it and say that's the vole fight.
It's like those big sumo suits, just make them vole shaped.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm not even really sure what a vole looks like.
See, that's why I think we can get away with using whatever animal, because nobody knows what a vole looks like.
We do.
Voles are real animals, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
there's like actual voles.
These are Cardassian voles.
There it is.
See, these Cardassians, and maybe we could just get kittens.
It looks kind of like a hairless cat with bat ears.
Jenny, now you're just talking about cat fights. We could probably get in real legal trouble for that.
No, it's just
nobody actually likes cats, right?
For show.
Here you go.
That's not a thing.
There's a vole right there. It looks like a hairless cat with.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so nobody would miss that ugly. No one would miss that ugly thing, is what I'm saying.
So we'll just get some dumpster cats.
Yeah, fucking A, bro.
Fucking dumpster cats.
Fucking dumpster cats. We'll go to like one of those no-kill shelters and just rent a bunch of dumpster cats and fucking have them fight to the death.
Now, it's so nice of you to adopt these cats, but what are you going to do with them? We're going to give them a good home.
Have you ever heard of voles? No? Good. Don't ask again.
Yeah.
You know,
do you have any feline body paint that we could borrow?
Best to just mind your own fucking business, pal, all right? Don't worry about what I'm doing with these cats.
Hey, here's our friend Biff. He's going to explain what we're doing. Just don't be asking no questions about the goddamn cats, all right? That's just it.
You guys can shut your fucking cake holes. Yeah, so then O'Brien comes in and he steals Sisko.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're going, oh, okay, what's happening here? Sisko is being stolen.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, if you read the description of the Netflix, you're like, okay, this. You know,
or look at the title of the episode.
Did anybody not know what was going on right from the beginning? No.
I was completely confused. I said, what is going on? What's wrong with O'Brien? He's desperate.
O'Brien joined the Maquis.
He's trying to get away from Keiko. He
finally snapped.
Yes, he finally snapped. He's like, I can't fucking take it anymore.
What can I do to get the chair?
He's from 4 hours in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So he of course he's going to have a psychotic break.
He's had 4 extra hours of Keiko.
He's like,
Exactly.
Of being married to Keiko.
Like Dennis said, what can I do to get the death penalty in space?
You go to Talos 4.
The space death penalty. Yeah, just step on the lawn on fucking Talos 4, and then they'll fucking electrocute your nards.
Well, that's the only death penalty left in the Federation.
Through nard electrocution?
Yes, through nard electrocution.
I don't know about that.
They electrocute your nards to death.
To death.
They hook them up. They hook them up to a car battery and electrocute your nards to death.
Oh, you'll ejaculate on the way out. So
No, wait, guys, is this your death or the nard death?
Everyone's deaths.
Okay.
It's your nards, your ejaculates.
See, that's the thing. It's like if you die, the nards go down with a ship.
Yeah, because it's all
but
connected.
If the nards die, then you just don't want to live, but you're still alive.
Yeah, no, they do it until your whole person is dead.
Okay.
Dead. You, your nards, everything.
They kill you until you're dead from it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah.
Got it.
Then we go back to the Mirrorverse because O'Brien's like, "Hey man, we need you. Mirror Universe. Fucking Sisko
Dead.
Yeah, he got blowed up.
Did I miss something? How do they hop just back and forth between the two universes?
He beamed right over.
Yeah.
But
like
he had the oil filter that he waved over the controls.
Okay.
That's the best way to
wand,
explain
like Harry
it.
Potter thing.
Yeah.
See, it's funny because when you're watching Disco, like they're doing all this elaborate shit. They're trying to break into the past and steal some top secret stuff and all that. O'Brien just has an oil filter. He just went to O'Reilly Auto Parts.
And he says, reflectors, transporters.
That explains it. Makes so much more
And
sense now.
it's interesting too because in the Disco universe, the Terrans are the rulers. In this episode, they're the fucking shitty slaves doing all the crappy
they
work.
talk about that, don't they? At some point that the Terran Empire fell or whatever.
If you watch the last Mirror Universe episode that we did with Deep Space Nine, they addressed the fall of the Terran Empire.
It's all Spock's fault, right?
It's all Spock's fault. At the end of Mirror, when Kirk convinces Mirror Spock that, hey, one man can make a difference and, you could bring about the changes in the Empire and blah, blah, blah. He basically makes the Empire weak because they become more like the Federation, and the Terran Empire falls. All these other races that had been subjugated by us are like, yeah, fuck this. And then the Cardassian Klingon alliance comes along.
Yeah,
it becomes a big power thing.
Turn the other cheek, my ass. We're gonna fuck you guys up.
Yeah.
That's right.
You guys were dicks to us for a really long time. And I guess with the Terrans, I mean, it's not necessarily, again, it's kind of that Vader plan of like, you're killing all your best people. Like it's all just like you succeed, you climb the ladder by murder and death. So all your good people are being killed. So you're not. It's hard to kind of progress when everyone's dead.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, but I mean, how long can that go on before you're just wiped clean?
Yeah,
you know.
That's why I always have
worked for the Highlanders.
Did it though? There's only one fucking Highlander, Dennis.
Yeah, he's got all the quickening.
And again, there's so many fucking Highlanders out there too. There's like thousands of them.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's thousands of immortals. There's only 2 that are actually Highlanders.
Well, that's the McLeods, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
And his cousin, cousin
Connor and Duncan.
and Doofus McLeod.
Well, that's the third one that
Fred.
they don't talk about. Yeah, Fred.
Hey, what's up?
Because if you get a really bad head injury but you don't die, you never recover from it.
That's Doofus McLeod. He slipped on a rock and then hit his head. And
All the other Highlanders felt really bad. They didn't want to kill him. They're like, oh, nah,
I mean, look at him.
I have to absorb that brain power. No,
I'm
thank
good.
you.
No. Doofus McLeod.
Yeah. Of the Clan McLeod.
Yeah, and Fred McLeod is their accountant. He does all their accounting. But yeah, so I guess Sisko in the Mirror Universe died because he was trying to get to Terra Nor, which is just Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, Troc Nor.
Yeah, Troc Nor. That's right. There you go. And I was thinking of Terra Nova, that terrible ass show that Brendan Vega did.
Was it terrible?
Ago.
I liked it.
It was pretty shitty.
I never got a chance to see it. It got canceled before.
Yeah, it got canceled pretty quick. But too bad. Too bad, so sad. But yeah, they were going to the Deep Space Nine to get Jennifer. Because in this universe, Jennifer's alive and she's working with the Terrans and she's working on a sensor array that will kind of be able to have the ships navigate through the Badlands so they can find the fucking pirates, the rebels, if you will.
Oh, no.
Now, was she just working on this theoretically? Because I never saw a sensor array anywhere that they were working on. Or is it like a sensor array that's on a ship? Or
It's somewhere.
See, Dennis,
secret.
What it is, it's an algorithm. And
the from Winter Soldier,
she had to do the search engine optimization,
the Zola algorithm,
and yeah,
it's kind of like when you go to Starbucks and you see the guys who are writers and they're just on their Facebook page. They're in between ideas at the moment, like they're kind of brainstorming. Like all the sensor array stuff, man, it's in here. I just got to put it down on paper. Like I know how it works and what happens and stuff. And like I know that I need the Zibabops and the Boobazabas to come together and make the sensor array Zimazabas. But it's I just gotta put it down, man. It's been really busy.
Okay, that stings a little.
It does. I know, because I do it too, so don't worry about it. Yes, Ben, I share your pain, friend. Don't worry about it.
I need to go ahead and you guys go ahead and finish up. Got to realign my life.
This O'Brien Julian homoerotic fiction fanfic isn't going to write itself. I'll see you guys later.
It doesn't sell like it used to. Yeah.
Bring it back.
The
Look,
DS9
DS9 is coming back.
It is.
I think it's a good time to capitalize on the Julian O'Brien fan fiction.
And again, I thought Stephanie and I were watching this together tonight right before we recorded. And I was like, you'll dig this episode. It's a Mirror Universe episode. And she's like, I just don't give a fuck about this show. And then I was talking to another friend of mine who loves Trek. He's listening to the podcast now. He just finished Pen Pals, the episode Pen Pals, the TNG episode. And he was like, I can't wait to get, I love the show, but I'm going to stop listening to DS9 because I just don't give a shit. And it's like, it's so weird to me that there's just this universal kind of dislike for DS9 among Star Trek fans.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I love this show.
So do I.
It definitely wasn't my favorite show when I watched it. I will say a lot of these people probably base that opinion on 20 years ago or just what they heard from 20 years ago. And I think you've got to give it a chance. You've got to let it...
the world wasn't ready for DS9 in the 90s.
Oh, my God. I mean, I had to live, but then the world had to change. And then DS9 prepared me for the next 30 years. I mean, it's like, holy shit.
Maybe there was just too much Trek going on at the time.
I've heard as much as people saying I don't like it because it doesn't go anywhere. I've also heard somebody say that it's kind of a Babylon 5 ripoff.
That was my original complaint, because when J. Michael Straczynski tried to sell Babylon 5 to Paramount, they suddenly were like, oh no, we're already working on a property very similar to that we thought of way before you ever came in here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of, and they both premiered very close to each other. And I mean, those early seasons of both, it was, I don't know. I was definitely more on board with Babylon 5 when they when they first came out.
Now, did he sue Paramount for this?
No, not that I'm aware of.
All right.
Maybe we can do a class action with him.
I mean, I don't,
yeah, but what show are we talking about now, 25 years later?
I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you where Babylon 5 is if you wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading Deep Space Nine controversy just weeks before Babylon 5 debuted. Straczynski indicated that Paramount Television was aware of his concept, and he attempted to sell the show to the studio, blah, blah, blah. He gave them a Bible, plot, script, artwork, blah, 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 for 22 episodes, and they turned it down. They announced Deep Space Nine was in development 2 months after Warner Brothers announced plans for Babylon 5. Interesting. Yeah, but I don't know.
It was the timing on that was very...
It's the whole Armageddon Deep Impact issue. Except with actual theft, intellectual property theft.
Yeah, but again, no, I mean, like Ben said, which one are we talking about now?
I looked around for I'm sure there's a Babylon 5 podcast.
There's got to be.
You think so?
There's a podcast for everything.
Yeah.
What if there's not? Then we could do a Babylon 5 podcast.
It's a very niche market.
I mean, how tough would that be? Like, we're the only Babylon 5 podcast on the internet. The
Babylon 5, and there'd be 5 of us.
Yeah.
Babylon.
The audio guide to Babylon 5, the Babylon podcast, our last hope for Babylon 5 fans. I like to see when people are doing podcasts like these motherfuckers. Oh, I guess it's over. The farewell, old friend. They ended in December 2012. Wow.
After how many episodes?
After 280.
Holy smokes.
Wow. So it's there. It's on a website if you want to listen to it. I don't know what the fuck Babylon 5 is. I could give a fuck. But apparently there's a podcast. And
I've already got enough shows I'm not watching right now.
Yeah, they have a Patreon too. Let me look at that. What's this? I'm not going to. That's not great. Yeah. You need to do your work. You need to do your work, son. But whatever. Babylon 5, maybe that'll be the show we do, because if we get 100 people to subscribe to Patreon, we'll do another show. It could be Babylon 5. Jenny created the name right there, Babylon.
Now, hey, real quick though, talking about the Patreon and getting the numbers up.
Yes.
Is it too late for folks to sign up for Patreon and get to be part of the giveaway?
No, I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do it probably next week or something like that. There's been so much snow. I haven't even sent out the fucking presents yet, because with school being out so much, I haven't really had time to do anything. So,
I mean, people can think of it as a $1 raffle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
it's
you
like
go.
a 50-50, bruh.
Yeah.
So go to patreon.com/dorktrek and you can sign up and get all the cool shit that we're doing. But anyway, so O'Brien explains that this O'Brien's dead and they need him to go back and get Jennifer. And he says, okay, I'll give it a go.
Yeah, because if not, they're going to kill her.
Yeah.
Right. And he can't bear the idea of her being dead in both universes.
And especially being killed by Mullet Julian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the worst way to go.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to go at the hands of Mullet Julian. Why couldn't Julian? Go ahead, Ben. I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, though, I know that Smiley wanted Julian to get punched. And I think on some level...
In the anus.
Well, I think on some level,
with his
Sisko just really...
Suck my dick. That's what the real Captain Sisko would do.
Yeah, the real Captain Sisko.
They're gonna know you're fake if you don't do it right now.
The real Sisko would make Mullet Julian eat my asshole. What, Smiley? Like, that's totally what would happen.
Real Captain Sisko would give me a rusty trombone right in front of everybody.
They're getting suspicious. Better do something.
You better get him to do it. Grab him by the mullet, stick it in your blood hole.
It's the only way.
It's the only way.
You want to save Jennifer, don't you?
That'd be then make me lick your ass.
I thought you'd never ask.
I've been waiting for this moment.
And it's cool because during this episode, we'll get to it, but we actually get full-on Sisko voice, which is so awesome.
This is a Sisko that living in a world with there's no consequences to his actions.
Yes. He's just doing whatever the fuck he wants to.
Yeah.
He's really playing it up, though. He really likes being this guy because, like,
these are all the things he's always wanted to do, but he kind of suppressed for whatever reason. So,
what happens in the mirror universe stays in the mirror universe.
It's kind of like the mirror universe is his Ryza. Like he just, goes there and just does all this awesome shit.
He's like, hey, Smiley, give me a couple of weeks back in the regular place. I got to, earn the pay, but bring me back.
Like every once in a while, they see him tapping behind his ear. Like, what are you doing, Commander Sisko? Oh, nothing.
God damn it!
Take some vacation time, guys.
I need a break.
And then all of a sudden, Smiley shows up. He's like, all right, who do you want to have sex with now?
Everyone.
Badland orgy. Here we go.
Yeah. Because, in this episode, Sisko bangs Dax.
Yeah.
He bangs Kira.
Probably.
He maybe bangs Jennifer. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did.
There's probably a chance.
I don't think he did. I don't think he got an opportunity.
The only person he didn't have sex with was his wife.
Yeah, but everybody else, it's fair game.
Yeah.
So it's a fantasy world where
it is.
He banged Smiley, he banged Jadzia, the Mullet Bashir.
Mm-hmm.
How hot was Jadzia in this episode? Man, oh man.
Oh my god.
Short hair. She's
he didn't fight his urges. He wasn't calling her old man anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, he just went right for it. She was like, we've got some planning to do. And he was like, that can wait.
Give me the gummy worm.
let me suck your worm.
He took the worm challenge and survived.
Put the worm in my mouth.
Trail challenge accepted.
Gosh, she looks so hot. I didn't realize she had such big bombs. They do a great job of tying those things down in that uniform.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really is. But it's.
Oh, is that too far, Ben?
Yeah, that's too far. Talking about Jadzia's giant boobs. They really get away from it though, because in Voyager, she might as well be naked. That lady, 7 and 9. They got her in that bodysuit, and then and then T'Pol in Enterprise, they just find any reason to throw her through the fucking decontamination field. She's just, she was an engineer. We got to put her in decontamination. She might have some fucking radiation on her or something.
Oh, it's cold and flu season. Time to go into decontamination.
T'Pol, there you go.
Did you sneeze? Did you sneeze? That was a sneeze.
Yeah, gotta go through the thing.
There's no dust in here, so that it's probably
you're contaminated. Go through the field again.
The whole crew is like trying to get a look through the porthole.
There's cameras in there.
No, the best is if she sneezes on you, then it's like, oh,
it's going with her.
Yeah, we both gotta grease up now.
People in the mess.
It only works if we wash each other.
Yeah, they're blowing pepper
you gotta
in
get
her
my
face.
back. I can't reach my back.
I gotta get my back,
and I'll get yours. Yeah. Magic fingers.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying it's quite a departure because even on TNG, she had that really shiny chest piece going on there. Your girl, the deaf one.
Oh,
Troy. her collarbones are so shiny. What? We all forgot that she didn't know how to talk.
I completely forgot.
I don't.
Great emotion.
Stop masturbating on my feet.
What?
Start masturbating on your feet? Okay.
Okay.
No, stop. I said
Don't stop. Don't stop.
No,
okay.
Stop masturbating.
I'm gonna stop eventually. But.
I can only do this 4.5 more times.
Please stop masturbating on my feet.
Now you want me to masturbate on your teeth?
No, no, I don't want you to
That's why she
masturbate on me at
talks
all.
like that.
Yeah.
Just kind of a self-perpetuating cycle.
This is the worst thing ever. Please.
But yeah, so I mean that's what I'm saying. Like it's very unsexy, I guess is the term. Because I mean she's got big bombs. You can't even see them because they're all tied down. It's weird.
The mirror universe seems to be more hedonistic and
it's very
feelings.
It's very sexy.
Well, life is fleeting, so you have to really enjoy it.
Gotta get it.
Get her done.
Get her done.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so then we're doing that, and then he bangs Jadzia, and then they kind of come up with their plan, and then,
punches Julian, and
he knocks the shit out of Julian. I mean, just
That was
fucking
great.
wallops Julian.
Somebody said though that open hand punch that they do, that palm punch,
Mm-hmm.
is like super ineffective the way that they do it on the show, and like basically it looks good. It's easy for the stunt guys to do, but it would be shit in a fight. Like somebody wrote, some stunt coordinator wrote like an entire, article on
Really?
on the fighting in Star Trek. It looks great on film, but then
so you're saying the double-fisted axe to the back is not an effective move in a fight?
No way, dude.
The double fist is the least effective of all the fighting maneuvers.
What about the Captain
Kirk flying double kick?
The Kirk flying kick is the best thing in the whole wide world. Because as he performs it, he knocks himself prone. So he flies in the air. And really, all you got to do is sidestep some giant white man jumping at you. Like, what the fuck? You just move. And he's on the ground. Then you just hop on top of him. Yeah, I love the double flying Kirk kick is the best thing in the whole wide world. It's fucking hilarious. Every time I see it, it's just awesome.
Do it, Jenny. Do it.
Double axe handle to the back.
Try it.
No.
I was watching an episode of...
For your sake, I hope you're initiating a mating ritual.
Whoa, hey now.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. I was watching an original series episode, and it was like Kirk and Bones and Scotty fighting two guys, and Scotty and Bones both got their ass kicked real fast. But Kirk, I mean, he did some work. He was jumping all over the place with that fucking flying kick. It was awesome, dude.
That's where the people who made Mortal Kombat, they got the idea for Liu Kang's fucking flying kick.
Woo! It looks like fucking Hong Kong Philly or some shit. It's hilarious.
I love watching shows from the 60s. And was that when judo came to America or something?
Might
or
have
was
been.
it like 10 years after
Shit
judo
was even
came?
in the Flintstones.
Well, that would explain why Austin Powers loves judo so much.
Yeah.
Judo chop. I mean, it's everywhere in the 60s, and
It's
just
hilarious.
This is pre Bruce Lee,
Yes.
so judo is still kind of an exotic
well. See, this
martial art.
A relatively new phenomenon.
Contemporary with Bruce Lee because he's over on Green Hornet right now.
Is he? I thought he was more later in the 60s.
Because Green Hornet was simultaneous with Batman.
That is true.
Okay.
That is true.
And that was 66. So that would have put it first season of Star Trek. So I mean, but again though, that was Kung Fu and karate were two
Karate.
were like very any martial arts though were kind of a fringe thing back then because totally. American fighting and judo was enough like American fighting that you could still be macho and do it.
And you can fake it by just jumping in the air and sticking your leg out, so that works.
I think that's the core principle of judo.
Yeah.
Just jump in the air and kick your legs.
Axe chop somebody to the neck and yell out judo chop.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's always worked for me is what I'm saying.
Judo trip.
Judo chop. Da, 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 da. But yeah.
That's how it goes.
That was a good psych gag
That was good.
on an audio podcast.
Yeah, but you know what? If you're a Patreon, you can see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they get to Deep Space Nine, and as soon as he gets off the fucking ship, what happened? You guys headbutt each other or something?
No, when he was doing his dramatic maneuver, he pulled out my headphones. I was like, did everybody just go silent? And Ben's like, no, everything's fine. Okay.
I know what you're talking about, Jenny.
We were stunned to silence.
He was fucking gaslighting you, bro.
We're all sitting in silence, Jenny. Don't interrupt.
Yeah, Jenny, what the fuck?
If by gaslighting you mean lighting his farts on fire, then yes.
I mean, hey, man, whatever you guys do to each other is more than cool with me.
No chemical warfare.
Yeah. So they get to DS9, and as soon as Sisko gets off the fucking ship, he starts making out with sexy Kira.
Yeah.
And she's into it because
It's worth a shot. Man, she is a wild bitch.
She's a
I love how opposite of our Kira she is.
Well, I mean, she just uses bald black men as like reclining furniture.
Yeah.
She's just
and
like laying on some
breasted black women.
She's just laying on some black guy like
goals.
yep, Mandingo here is gonna fucking blow up my snatch. It's gonna be awesome. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Christoph Waltz and Jamie Foxx are going to show up and try to convince her to set up a Mandingo fight.
Whoop.
You got to go right for the camera when you do that.
I can't because there's a ledge here on the thing. I'm gonna bonk my fucking head, knock myself out. Donk. And that's the end of the show, everybody, because Bob knocked himself unconscious.
Yeah.
But it would be hilarious.
I guess we'll stop recording when he wakes up.
Every time Stephanie walks by, we're just like, hey, help! We're waving like we're in the Phantom Zone.
No, let us out. We're sorry. The meeting. It's been 2 days. Why doesn't anybody go in their basement?
We have lives. You will kneel before me, Jor-El.
So Mirror Universe Garrick wants Kira to kill Sisko, but
Mirror Universe Garrick is basically Garrick. Character's not changed.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Well, I mean, and he definitely he's a shady sumbitch.
Yeah, but I mean that's Garrick.
That's Garrick. Yeah. We get to see Garrick if he was, this is pretty much how he probably was before the fall of the Cardassian occupation.
Yeah, he was just Garrick. He's just doing shady shit, killing people, being all awesome. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, I just be killing motherfuckers and like doing all kinds of shady shit. And like, yeah, man, like there's no, I'm the same guy. It's the same. I mean, O'Brien accidentally beamed me over with him. I'm the same, whatever, man. I can put me anywhere.
Garrick just hops between universes at will.
It's like, nobody's going to notice the difference.
Yeah. It's like, Sisko, you want to come with me, man? Let's do it.
I just got to make sure I'm back for lunch with Julian. That's all.
They're like, man, Garrick's haberdashery has really weird hours.
How does he expect to make a living doing this?
Yeah.
I don't think
maybe he has Terran slaves making all of his clothing.
That'd be awesome.
That's likely. He's doing the Vol fighting. That's how he makes all his money.
Maybe making knockoff Gucci shit for him.
Yeah. I would love that episode where it's revealed.
Maybe making knockoff Gucci shit.
Yeah.
See, the thing is that
a Terran sweatshop.
And since it's Cardassian Gucci, it's called Coochie.
Yes.
Ew. No.
Well played, Benjamin.
Coochie Maine.
Well played indeed. So I mean, they just kind of go on like this, and I don't know how Sisko gets to Jennifer. Like, I don't know who lets that happen.
Oh no, that was Garrick. He just wanted to fuck with Sisko.
Oh, so he just brings her to him? That's a happy accident.
Well, he asked them to bring her there?
Oh, was that
Sisko,
it?
Yes, because he's like, I don't know why you want to talk to her, but I'm going to hang out here and masturbate while you guys are talking.
No, but I don't understand.
I thought it was Garrick too. I thought it was him just like fucking with him. Like, hey, remember your ex-wife? Here she is.
I could have swore he said, since you asked for her or whatever, something like that.
That could be.
I may have missed that part. You sound pretty right. Because
I might have been tweeting. I don't know. Am I not paying attention or something? But yeah, so they have their little conversation, and immediately you can tell they just don't like each other. But then Sisko's trying to be all smooth and suave and stuff, and he's like trying to get the goods from her, and like he's being real. There's one part of the was really funny when Jennifer was explaining to Sisko why they split up. She was like, because you would go after any woman that paid attention to you, and Sisko's like, well, how many were there? It's like he wants to go and masturbate about it later.
Seriously, how many?
God, I fuck so many chicks.
Do you have their numbers?
Am I really good at this? Do I not know something about myself?
God, I banged so many ladies when I was fucking Mirror Universe me. It's so awesome. God, I'm such a stud.
Because basically, I don't think he has, as Sisko, he hasn't hooked up with anybody on DS9 yet, right? No. Well, just that guy's his fake wife, but that wasn't a real person.
Yeah, so. Space Ric Flair.
He's saving it all for the Mirror Universe.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think that's why he's so quickly hooked up. Well, other than the fact that he's been wanting to hook up with the Dax symbiote since he's known him, but other than that little issue that was there in the side, I think that's why he jumped on Jadzia so quick in this episode, because it's been a while. Yeah, he was definitely like one horny toad walking around. He's like, all these chicks want to bang me, then why not?
I think she's like, man, you were really backed up. Holy smokes.
I'll get you in a next time.
It was like a fire extinguisher exploded. I mean, what the fuck?
I did not mean to come so quickly.
Sisko voice may be my favorite voice that we've ever done on this show.
But it's not good. Like, I can't figure out Sisko voice.
But that's why it's great. You just have to lose a little bit of your sanity every time.
Yeah. The only thing weirder than Sisko voice is Sisko interfering with your personal aura, like getting uncomfortably close to you.
Yeah. Well, Sisko's voice in this episode is real weird. Mm-hmm. I mean, he is just nuts.
He's leaning into his Sisko-ness.
Oh, dude, he's letting it fly. And like Julian can't even tell. He's like, you're doing a really great job. He's like, I'm like this all the time. All right, maniac. Because he be fucking all the chicks, and he's out of control.
Yeah.
I'm going to show her my face. Ooh. Do you think your Sisko would just pull his penis out all the time? Like this?
I mean, I guess. Just put your dick away.
Don't argue with Captain Sisko.
Does your Sisko teabag people?
Like this? Because if not, he should. If you didn't like it, you wouldn't be salivating so much. Watch me.
Ben's lost it. It's been a while since we broke Ben to this point, I think.
I mean, it's not us, it's Sisko. He's a maniac.
Yeah. Ben wants to go to the Mirror Universe so bad right now.
Yeah.
And meet myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yourself and Sisko.
So you can show yourself your own dick.
Remain Ben.
Let me see your dick.
I've always wanted to see my dick in third person.
It is beautiful.
And now you can.
It is even better than I've imagined.
I just gotta wonder. I mean, that's one thing that always bothered me with Mirror Universe episodes is that so like Jennifer and Ben were married in this.
Yes.
Like they were in ours.
Yes.
And the same people are alive. There's no Jake as far as we can tell.
No Jake.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's not banging his wife. He's banging everybody else.
Right. So
there may be lots of Jake.
Yeah.
But that's the thing then.
There's Jake and Jeffrey and James. And
it's going to be on Space Moripovich.
You are Space Sisko. You are not the father. Bitch, I told you.
He doesn't even have my nose.
Then he starts dancing.
Fuck you, bitch.
I would love to see Sisko walking from backstage, wagging his finger. You don't know me. You don't know me.
I told you, bitches.
But it's like, how do we always end up with the same people?
It's just the way it is, Ben.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no sense in fighting it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, there is no sense in fighting it. But now I just had kind of a revelation. That I guess that's why there's no Mirror Universe Ash Tyler. Because he's Boke, right?
Well, for people who are Patreons, they know, but yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, because I was even saying, when Stephanie and I were watching, I was like, where's Mirror Ash? But I guess
that's the thing. No, there has to be an Ash Tyler.
But where the hell is he?
Because
he might be dead.
Yeah, he was somebody that they basically plucked out and used intel and shit to get his backstory. Because that was the thing, is when he came on Discovery, Captain Lorca looked him up.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Oh, you're
you're a real dude."
Yeah, so it's just that they implanted his
real
history.
Dude who was really captured by the Klingons.
Yeah, and then they tortured him, got his background, and dumped it into into Vogue.
Interesting. Okay.
But we should probably cut this section out because
no, whatever. Who cares?
Well, the people listening might.
It's
17 seasons from now.
You think anybody out there is like, you know what? I've never seen any Star Trek. I'm going to wait until Dork Trek does an episode on it.
Oh no, there's a poor guy stuck in second season of Doctor Who or third season, just sitting there waiting for that
What
next
are you guys
Doctor.
coming back?
We wait a long time.
What are you guys doing? Hurry the fuck up.
Jeez, I mean, I feel bad for the guy who's listening along with Star Trek with us when we took that gap, and it's just like,
What happens next?
you ended on a cliffhanger. That is not fair.
Total bullshit.
I only know the first half of the 18 pilot. What happened to the second half?
Just go watch The Magnificent Seven. You're good.
Fuck you guys. That's very funny.
Wait, there's more than 10 episodes of G.I. Joe? What's going on here?
Well, yeah. To be fair, they're all kind of the same, and we got bored with that pretty fast. And then they took it off Netflix. I mean, yeah. But it got us back into this podcast, so that worked.
Yeah.
So it was a springboard. I mean, we tried with G.I. Joe, but it just wasn't.
Not the same.
G.I. Joe wasn't there.
Nah, not at all. So Sisko convinces Jennifer to come with him, and she does, and they go to
after he starts shooting everybody in sight.
Like, bitch, I'll kill you too.
Yeah.
Don't think I won't.
I like how when you go longer with your Sisko voice, you start sounding like Scooby-Doo. Like at the end, you drag out that last couple syllables.
I am Scooby.
Would you do it for a Sisko snack?
That was a marketing opportunity they missed.
Yeah,
Sisko snacks.
Sisko snacks. They just made you weird. That's why nobody ate them, because he's a little weirdo.
They're basically shrooms. The FDA was not going for that one.
Yeah, look, guys, we know that this stuff is just fucking hallucination.
Why are they only sold in, snack-sized baggies?
It's like there's no packaging. It's just it's a baggie, and you took a magic marker and wrote Sisko on the outside.
Yeah.
Look, guys,
and it has like a cutout from Entertainment Weekly of Sisko.
Badly photoshopped.
We know these are just fucking hallucinogenics. Come on, we know.
Yeah.
These mushrooms, bro.
They're snacks. They're snacks.
Fuck you.
That's when you just knock over the water bottle and run out the room.
So they go to their ship because they think it's gonna work out, and lo and behold, fucking Rom is dead.
Yeah, who we thought was a traitor,
but he's not. Rom tricked everybody.
The old double cross.
Yep, Rom tricked everybody except fucking Garrick, who just fucking killed him.
Yeah, pinned him to the fucking door.
Yeah, that's hard.
Garrick might have started killing him for just no reason, because he wanted to kill somebody, and then Rom started confessing everything.
I think it was just accidental. It was like part of their sexual fetish.
Whoa.
You know.
All right.
There was some sword play.
Yeah.
Some sword play.
That's not the sword fight Rom signed up for.
He's like, I thought we were going to touch dicks. What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, we'll do that. There's plenty of time for that.
You just knifed me in the chest and hung me on a door, bro. Like I'm some kind of Christmas ornament. This is bullshit.
What am I? This is like the 95 ROMs?
I'm dead as fuck.
Fuck you.
And then they run away. They got stick
How long was Rom hanging there on the door?
A long time. He's there for like a week.
He's there when they left the intendant's office, when we saw him earlier when he was telling of Sisko's plan, they walk down the hall, gets nailed to the door, and he's been there this entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hardcore.
I hate it when people leave up their ROM decorations like for weeks afterwards. After Romness.
It's already start date 4873.12 and you still get
the
your
ROM didn't decompose for 8 days.
Dude, I told you got to throw that Romica shit out, man. Fuck, it's starting to smell. God, I told you about that.
You're so insensitive.
God damn. Fuck you guys.
I'm going home.
Yeah. So So then they
nice little gun battle there.
Some shootouts. It was cool. I was into the shootout.
And how how dumb are the intendant and the Cardassians and everybody, because they pinned them down in a fucking long ass hallway.
Yeah.
they had such an easy route of escape. It was ridiculous.
Never even thought about it.
Yeah.
Well, you could still flank them. She tried to send the,
Yeah, but down around the corner that they were, when they looked around that corner, that hallway didn't end. It just kept going and going and going. There was nobody there.
I'm pretty sure that was a mirror like that, because it's a mirror verse. There's just mirrors at the end of all the hallways, so it's longer.
It's like a mirror maze. Like
everywhere is a hall of mirrors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If she had taken another step up, she would have come into the reflection.
Yeah, she would have bonked her head.
There would have been like an infinity of Kyrus.
Yeah, it was just a trick. And those hot pants that she was wearing.
Yeah, she was switching that ass.
Yeah, she was like, "Look at my fucking butt." She's into like some kind of weird fucking pretend model shit on Instagram where she's just wearing fucking vinyl clothing. She's like, "No,
I woke up like this."
Yeah, I'm not a weirdo. I'm a model. This is what I wore to bed last night. Shiny ass pants, and I did my hair all up and this headband. Which didn't go all the way around her head, which was weird. It went down, like it went along her hairline.
And then,
it was the weird headband.
I didn't notice that.
Her headband.
I didn't notice it last time, but this time there was enough of a side shot that we get to see that when it gets to the back, it drops.
It dives down for her neck.
It was a really weird headband.
Yeah.
But she was looking hot, though. I'm not going to lie to you. She's pretty sexy, Mirror Universe Kira. Like, she can definitely get it, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean she tried to bang everybody who was around, too. So.
By it, I mean my peen. And by my peen, I mean my wiener. And by my wiener, I mean we could have sexual intercourse. Just in case you weren't picking up on what I was getting at.
I would like to engage in coitus with you.
Yeah, I would like to perform the act of lovemaking.
Perhaps during this, I might travel southward on your body and place my face.
I don't know about anybody else, but I'm wet as hell right now. This is sexy.
You could drown a midget.
You could drown a toddler in my panties right now.
Oh my God. Wow. That's awesome. Do chicks ever really talk like that? Like, is that stuff that chicks talk about?
Sometimes.
Because I always
but usually not like that.
I was
drowning toddlers in their pants.
No. Like, do they ever say stupid shit like that around each other just to try to... I always tell Stephanie, it's like, when you girls hang out, like, does anybody ever just go, fuck, man, I'm bragging like a motherfucker today? Like, does that ever happen?
I mean, like Lauren and I do, but I don't think we're normal. So
All right. Like, it's like a fucking murder scene down there, man. Jesus, my snatch is so fucking bloody. Like, I was like, do you ever say that to your girlfriends when you're hanging out? She's like, no. I was like, well, what would happen?
Nah, I think she's lying. I think most women talk like that, honestly.
I was like, what would happen if you did? She's like, I don't know. I said, we'll do it. So every time when she hangs out with her friends, I'm like, did you say it? Did you say it? She never has.
Lost
I think
like
I said it on
2
Mouthy
pints
Broadcast
today.
once, like just for you, Bob.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Jenny. You're really the best, man. You guys are good friends.
Anything for you, man.
You guys are the best, dudes. God, it's just the camaraderie on this podcast. It just gets stronger every episode. It's amazing. So then what happens? I don't know.
They chase him down to the ore processing
Yes, that's right.
facility.
And they get pinned in, and they shut the doors, and Sisko starts dicking with the computer because he's like, hope the same guy who designed this station or designed my station designed this station.
I forgot the part too where like after they leave down the hallway and Garrick just goes, "Pursuit!"
Oh,
What was that? That shit was hilarious. That's
oh my god!
It's like he forgot his line, and that's the only word he could think of was the pursuit.
I'm not gonna lie, I fucking lost it.
Yeah, I just totally LOL'd, man.
Stephanie and I both were like, what the fuck is going on?
That was great.
And then it even got better because then once I guess they get into the ore processing room and Sisko's standing there like fucking big dick swinging, being all super.
Yeah.
He's like,
I see you caught us.
Yep. You caught us, I guess. Whatevs.
Whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care if you caught us because I'm gonna
fucking execute me. I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna blow the space station. And then she's like, "What do you mean?" And she tried to put in her access code, and then Sisko does but I changed it. That's the voice. That's the Sisko in that moment in the show. That's the Sisko that we all try to encapsulate on this podcast. That I changed it.
It kind of reminds me of the Emperor in Jedi. He's like, "Oh, I'm afraid the shield generator will be quite operational when your friends arrive."
Like he doesn't have a real jokey joke voice, so he's just trying to make some shit up on the fly. And he just sounds like a maniac.
Yeah,
it was fucking hilarious. I lost it when
It's great.
I changed it.
I was after the episode. I was just saying that over and over and over again. I was just sitting in the bathroom, just going, "I changed it." I was just sitting down here editing a podcast. I changed it. Like it was fucking amazing. It was great. By far my favorite thing ever.
I can't wait till I go back to work Monday so I can, when they ask about my password, I can use that line now.
I changed it.
I changed it.
And sure as shit he did. And he makes demands like, let me and my friends off the station and I'll give you the password. And Kira.
Well, I love how she counters initially. She's like, look, just give me the password and we'll let you go.
Yeah.
Nah.
You can trust me.
Look, I'm wearing a weird headband. You can trust me.
Yeah. Look, if you couldn't trust me, I'd have to tell you. It's in the Constitution.
I'm wearing a vinyl suit. You have to trust me.
That's a law.
Yeah. People in vinyl suits are very honest.
She just starts shaking her ass in his face, try to get him to change his mind.
Plus, we had sex. That means you definitely have to trust me.
Yes.
Well, yeah. You never have sex with someone you don't trust.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Benjamin.
I've trusted every hobo at truck stops I've ever. They're like, hey, let me hold $5 until payday. And I'm like, sure.
You have warm eyes.
I trust you.
Changed it.
I trust you. Changed it.
Is that the same condom? I changed it. Okay. You sure?
The shit was amazing. I lost it. And then they leave and they end up back at their little base. And Jennifer and your man are talking, and she says, like, where's my real husband? Because you ain't him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're actually a good person.
Yeah, you're not a total kid, and you're looking at me all weird because you want to bang me and stuff. It's kind of making me uncomfortable. We should stop looking at me all lovingly and shit. Quit being a fucking presto.
And he's like, I'm just staring at your widow's peak.
Yeah.
Are
She didn't have a
you
very
a
pronounced widow's
werewolf?
peak.
Are you a werewolf?
Or might I say, a wolf man?
And then
We prefer lichen.
yes, like
Yeah, I prefer wolf man, so you know.
Werewolf DS9.
Yep, and then it's over, and then he goes back, and that's the episode. Dennis, what do you think, buddy?
I found this episode extremely enjoyable. There was like everybody basically has to overact when they're in the mirror universe to try and make themselves different from their regular version.
So much overacting.
I thought it was great for the most part.
Yep.
And I love that Garrick is the same person in both universes.
No different. No change.
That had to be on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I give this like a 7.5.
Wow. What about you, Jenny? What do you say?
What did I give the episode last week? Was it 7.5?
I think you gave 7.
so.
I gave it 7.5.
Because I want to give this one like a half a point higher than that, just because I just enjoyed it that much more. Like in retrospect, I'd like to go back and give the other one a lower score, just because I like this one better. So I'll give it a.
You can go back and changed it.
I changed it. Yeah, I'll give it a 7.5.
All right.
I'm going to continue on that trend and give it a 7.5 as well.
Yes.
Okay.
I always like the Mirror Universe episodes. Because of other shows, we've been watching a lot of Mirror Universe here. And so this was like Mirror Universe month for us. This was like 4 episodes.
The only problem with me for that is because I'm not, I don't know the entire story of all the Mirror Universe stuff. So like I'm going back and forth in the timeline, and it legitimately confused the shit out of me that like who used to be the rebels were now the ones in charge. And I was like, I'm lost now. So it took me a while to figure out who was on what side.
That's awesome.
So great episode. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked it too, man. Like, it's just great. I'm going to agree with everybody and say 7.5. This was
all right.
This was the one. I mean, it's a great episode. It was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny when it wasn't supposed to be funny. Everybody's overacting, like Dennis said. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it was
How
fun.
often have we given the same score in DS9? I think we've been all over the place usually, right?
Yeah. Well, usually you're the outlier. So if we all go low, you go high, and vice versa.
DS9 it just can't get. I mean, it's just so good. I mean, I've been watching ahead, and I know it does get better, but man, it's just so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, it's really great. I love this show.
Yeah.
I always thought what's about to happen. 4th season was when Star Trek DS9 got really good. I for some reason in my head that it's like, oh yeah, the first 3 years are tough, but if you can get through it, and you got to watch it because there's so many important plot points. But now having rewatched those first 3 years, it's like wait for when I started out this. We were watching the first season. I kept saying, "Oh, wait till it gets better. Wait till it gets better." And it's like, wait, it's already
good.
better.
Yeah. There was a couple.
You see all the threads coming together, towards the whole Dominion thing. It's pretty cool.
There was a couple stinkers there, but I mean, there's not many. I mean, not many at all. So.
Well, I mean, and is this like a continuation of Deep Space Nine? I mean, of TNG, where the writing, a lot of the writers came over, or did they all go to Voyager?
I don't know.
Because that's the thing is Voyager has been going on since the beginning of the season. TNG ended in 2nd season of DS9, and Voyager's been, and that's why Tuvok made a special guest appearance in this episode.
Yeah, Tuvok was there. I didn't like
a little cross promotion.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. Like,
looking for his soy latte.
Where's it's not logical. Where's my chai latte? My soy latte. My soy chai. Soy chai.
How's that soy chai coming?
Is that soy chai? Is that soy chai coming? That's why he's rebelling, because he never got his soy chai.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
I went to Quark's and I never got my soy chai latte.
Fuck this place.
And some guy called me LeVar.
Fuck all you guys. Call me Black Spock.
The Black Vulcan.
He can suck it. But yeah, man, I really like DS9. I was telling Stephanie because she just fucking hates it. I'm like, look, man, like without DS9, there's no Discovery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you wouldn't.
Does she like TNG?
She has nostalgia for TNG.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like she likes TNG because her dad used to watch it and stuff like that. So she's got like a warm kind of nostalgia for it. But like she fucking hates this show. And like, dude, there would not be Discovery without this show. Like it just wouldn't happen. You know?
No. This is where they first went dark and dark and gritty. Yeah. And I think that may have been the thing that was that initial split why people didn't like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a combination of it was the Rebound series for folks coming off of TNG, and it was darker. And they didn't, they pushed back on that. They chose the Orville over Discovery, and they had worse lives for it.
Totally. Dicks. All right. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening so much, guys. You guys are just the most wonderful. JD, I love that hat.
Thank you.
Is that a Fallout hat?
No, it's Eric Cartman.
That's what I thought. I was going to say it's like a little Eric Cartman hat.
Okay, I thought it was Fallout, but I like it either way. So there you go. So thank you so much for listening. Subscribe.
Eat cake.
If you don't, rate us on iTunes. If you haven't, only rate us if you're gonna say nice things. If you got nothing nice to say, then we're gonna shoot you out into space, like Ben's grandma said.
Beam me into space.
We're gonna beam you into space, motherfucker.
Draculus.
We're gonna beam them Draculas out into space. Benjamin, stop watching that sci-fi stuff. Do something with your laugh.
Don't turn you gay.
It's gonna turn you gay.
You never make anything out of your life if you keep your head in those Star Trek books.
Get them books out of me.
And look at me now. Look at me now.
Look at you now.
I'm internet famous.
You are super internet famous.
Yes.
So there you go, guys. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Toodles.
Bye.